Eve Carson was special, a bright light, full of life, energy, and compassion. She had so much potential. She wanted to change the world. And she was, one smile at a time. Eve was studying at the University of North Carolina. She wasn't just any student. She was the student body president, adored by many. On March 5th, 2008, everything changed. Eve's life was tragically cut short, murdered. The news sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. How could someone so full of life be taken so cruelly? It was a stark reminder that darkness can touch even the brightest lights. Despite the tragedy, Eve's light didn't go out. It continues to shine, even brighter in some ways. Her story is a testament to the power of one person to make a difference, and it's a reminder to cherish every moment and live a life filled with purpose. Eve's murder was a devastating loss, but from the ashes of tragedy, hope emerged. The community rallied together, determined to honor her memory by continuing her work. They would ensure that her light would never truly fade. Eve Carson was born in Athens, Georgia, a small-town girl with a big heart. From a young age, she was known for her kindness and empathy. She cared deeply about others, always willing to lend a helping hand. Eve excelled in school. She wasn't just smart, she was curious and engaged. She loved to learn and explore new ideas. Her passion for knowledge was contagious. After graduating high school, Eve attended the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She dove headfirst into college life. She joined clubs, volunteered, and embraced every opportunity. She wasn't afraid to try new things and step outside her comfort zone. Eve's energy was infectious. She had a way of making everyone around her feel valued and important. She was a true friend, a dedicated student, and an inspiration to all who knew her. She lived her life with purpose and passion. Eve Carson was a natural leader. People were drawn to her warmth and enthusiasm. She had a way of bringing people together. She believed in the power of community. At UNC, Eve was involved in numerous organizations. She volunteered at the local hospital, tutored underprivileged children, and worked to improve access to education. She saw a need and wanted to make a difference. Eve's passion for service was evident in everything she did. She didn't just talk about making a change. She took action. She inspired others to get involved, to make their voices heard. Her dedication to service extended beyond her local community. She traveled to Ecuador to work with indigenous communities. She saw the world as her classroom and believed in making a global impact. Eve truly cared about making the world a better place. Her compassion knew no bounds. March 5th, 2008, started like any other day for Eve. She had classes, meetings, and plans with friends. She was looking forward to the day ahead, but fate had other plans. In the early morning hours, Eve was abducted, forced into her own car at gunpoint, driven around to various ATMs, forced to withdraw money, terrorized for hours. Her abductors, two young men, showed no mercy. They drove Eve to a secluded area, shot her 5 times, left her to die alone. A senseless act of violence. Her body was found later that morning. The community was in shock. How could this happen? Eve, of all people. It was a nightmare. News of Eve's murder spread quickly, leaving the community in a state of disbelief, shock, anger, and profound sadness. The community was reeling. Students gathered on campus, seeking solace in each other's arms. Candlelight vigils were held, and tears flowed freely. How could something so terrible happen to someone so good? It was a question on everyone's mind. The pain was palpable, the sense of loss, immeasurable. But even in the midst of grief, there was a glimmer of hope. People remembered Eve's spirit, her kindness, her unwavering belief in the power of community. The university offered counseling services to students and staff. The community came together to support each other, to grieve together, to heal together. They would honor Eve's memory. They would not let her death be in vain. The search for Eve's killers was swift. Police followed every lead. The community demanded justice. Within days, 2 suspects were apprehended, Lawrence Levette and Demario Atwater. The trial was a painful reminder of the senseless tragedy. The evidence was overwhelming. Both men were found guilty of first-degree murder. They received life sentences without the possibility of parole. Justice had been served, but it couldn't bring Eve back. The community still mourned her loss, but they also found solace in knowing that her killers would never hurt anyone else. The trial was over, but Eve's story was far from finished. Her legacy was just beginning. The Eve Carson Scholarship, a legacy of hope. In the wake of Eve's death, the community searched for ways to honor her memory. They wanted to keep her spirit alive, to continue her work, to inspire future generations. The Eve Carson Scholarship was established, a fitting tribute to a young woman who dedicated her life to service and learning. The scholarship would support students who embodied Eve's values, students who were passionate about making a difference in the world. The scholarship was a beacon of hope, a way to transform tragedy into something positive, to ensure that Eve's light would continue to shine brightly. Every year, the scholarship would be awarded to deserving students, students who would carry on Eve's legacy of compassion, leadership, and service. Her spirit would live on through their work. Inspiration lives on Eve's impact on the world. Eve Carson's story resonated far beyond the borders of Chapel Hill. Her tragic death made national headlines, and people were touched by her story, inspired by her life. Her commitment to service, her infectious enthusiasm, and her unwavering belief in the power of community left an enduring mark on the world. She became a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light. People from all walks of life drew inspiration from Eve's story. They were moved to volunteer in their communities, to reach out to those in need, to make a difference in the world. Eve's legacy wasn't just about remembering her. It was about living her values, about embracing her spirit of compassion and action, about making the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. Finding light in darkness, moving forward with Eve in our hearts. The pain of Eve's loss will never fully go away, but the community has found a way to move forward, to honor her memory by embracing her values, to find light in the darkness. Eve's story is a reminder that life is precious, that we should cherish every moment, that we should strive to make a difference in the world. Her legacy lives on through the countless lives she touched, through the scholarship program that bears her name, through the acts of kindness and service inspired by her spirit. Eve Carson may be gone, but she will never be forgotten. Her light will continue to shine brightly, guiding us towards a brighter future. Her story is a testament to the power of the human spirit, to the resilience of community, to the enduring power of hope. Continuing the legacy, a call to action. Eve Carson's story is a call to action, a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference in the world. We can honor her memory by embracing her values, by living lives filled with purpose and compassion. Volunteer in your community, mentor a young person, stand up for what you believe in. Be the change you want to see in the world. Support the Eve Carson Scholarship Fund. Help ensure that future generations of students have the opportunity to make a difference in the world, to carry on Eve's legacy of service and leadership. Let's honor Eve's memory by creating a world that reflects her values, a world filled with compassion, kindness, and hope. A world where every life is cherished and every person has the opportunity to shine their light brightly. Let's make Eve proud. Let's make the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time.